Hey everyone, this is Hunter Williams, and today I just wanted to address one concern that I think a lot of first-time homebuyers have, and that is who pays the realtor fees in a transaction. So a lot of buyers, when they start looking for a home, they're very hesitant to use an agent because they think there's no way paying to use a real estate agent. I'm already buying the home, I don't want the added fees of paying a real estate agent. The good news is the commission is always paid by the seller. So the way it works in a transaction is the seller will sign an agreement with what's called a listing agent to market their home for sale. In that agreement, the seller will pay a certain percentage. It might be 5%, it might be 6%, it can be negotiated. But in that percentage, it's agreed upon that, at least in North Carolina, 2.4% of that commission will go to whatever buyer's agent finds that house. So say you're a buyer, you're looking for a home, you find an agent that you like working with, you like seeing houses with them. They can help set up showings for any of the houses you want to see, and they get compensated by the seller of whatever house you end up choosing. So as a buyer, you do not pay any commission to the buyer's agent. So the way it works, like I said, the seller enters an agreement with what's called the list agent. They'll pay them an agreed upon percentage, say it's 6%. Of that 6%, 2.4% goes to the buyer's agent that comes to that house. Another thing I'll talk about too is some buyers are hesitant to use an agent. They're scared of fees. Like I said, buyer's agent, the only way they're compensated is for the commission from the seller of whatever home you decide to choose. Another advantage of working with a buyer's agent, especially in the Raleigh market right now, is the added edge that you're going to have when you go into a multiple offer situation. So most houses, especially if it's under $350,000 in this market, are going to have multiple offers on them. If you do not have an agent that's showing you the house within the first couple hours that it's on the market, helping you write an offer, advising you on how much due diligence and earnest money to put down, as well as other terms of the contract that can help your offer win out, the likelihood that you're going to get an offer that wins out, especially in this market, is very low. A buyer's agent can come in, advise you on all those different things that can help your offer be the one to win out, and kind of say, hey, this is what we need to do in order to help your offer win. And I know just my buyers in the past, I've had good experience with them, kind of advising them, especially in this market, different little tricks and tips that you can kind of do to help your offer win out, whether that's writing a letter to the seller, offering higher due diligence, or just being persistent in your offer. A lot of multiple offer situations, the seller will say all offers need to be in by this deadline. Well, you want an agent that's going to be persistent in communicating with the seller's agent that you're very interested in the house and you'll do whatever it takes to get your offer accepted. And unfortunately, for a lot of buyers, that's the case right now that they're running into, is they are having to do above and beyond what the seller might be asking for the home. So a lot of homes are selling for over ask price, or they're having higher due diligence. And we can kind of go into due diligence later. But like I said, the commission that gets paid to a buyer's agent does not come from the buyer. It always comes from the seller. And that's how us agents get compensated with the transactions that we do. There's an agreed upon arrangement between the list agent and the seller about the percentage of the commission, and in North Carolina, percentage always goes to the buyer's agent, it's 2.4%. So no, if you're a first-time home buyer, you do not have to worry about paying commission to an agent. That comes from the seller of whatever house that you're interested in. So I hope that helps. I hope it makes a little bit more sense. I know when you're getting into this, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, the language can seem foreign at times, but that's why we're here. That's where people like me have a job. So like I said, if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out, and thanks.